Hey everybody, welcome back. So today I'm going to be making a biogas digester from a 200 litre plastic barrel. Those of you who have watched some of my previous videos might have seen that a year ago I made one and I've been trying to use it, and I've seen there's a few little alterations I want to make. So in preparation for this next upcoming summer, I'm going to upgrade it, make a new one, and I thought I'd show you what I'm going to do. So here we have the two barrels, and you can see we have the, this is the input, this is the out, and this is where the gas came out, and this is where I put my heater. So what we're doing this time is we're going to increase the size of the input, decrease the size of the output. We're going to add a stirrer in the middle, and we're also going to put an output in the bottom so we can drain it when we need to. So we're going to add that into there. Okay, so let's just go through the materials that you're going to need for this. There's a few little bits. So we have the Uniseals. We have one for the 25mm holes, one for the 60mm holes, and one for the 74mm holes. We have a valve, shut-off valve for the out pipe at the bottom. We have an elbow and a 64 to 50mm reducer, some gas tape, some PVC glue. Right, let's look at the pipe. We have the 75mm pipe, 64mm pipe, 50mm pipe, 25mm pipe, and 16mm pipe. So the 75mm pipe is for the intake. This is for the outtake at the bottom, so is this. Then this is for the overflow coming out of the top, and then the small ones here are for the stirrers. Okay, right, so all of these pipe has come, most of it is coming 1.25 metre lengths, which is absolutely perfect for the barrels, so we won't need to cut a lot of them, but we'll obviously need to cut some of them, especially for the output at the bottom. So equipment, we're going to need a hacksaw to cut the tubes, and we're going to need some hole drills to put the holes in there, and also we're going to need a drill. So that's everything that we're going to need to do that, and actually putting it together is relatively simple, so let's get into it. So the first thing we need to do is mark and size the Uniseal holes for the pipe. So each Uniseal, you have to drill a slightly larger hole for the seal to go in. Conveniently on the back they have a key showing you the code of the Uniseal and then the relevant hole saw size. So you can see here we have the hole saw, the pipe size, and these ones are the 27. We can check that on this side, we can check the code here. So we mark that, and then we know that these are going to need a 32mm hole in them. So this one is a 275, 74mm pipe, yep, and then a 102mm hole. Same for these ones, a 200 is a 76mm hole. So all of those have them on the back. Now what we're going to do is we can mark these, put these in position where we were going to want them, and mark the centres of the holes. Okay, so this is slightly convex, not flat. So we have to realise that the pipe going at this angle at the bottom, they'll come in, but we want this as close to the edge as possible. So let's mark that there. So that's where that one's going to go. Again, this one on as far this way as we can. We want that to be there. And this is where the stirrer is going to go. And because of this ridge, we're going to have to put it slightly this way. But again, that's going to want to go somewhere there. That's the edge. Okay, and then we can flip it over and we'll put this one in as well. Okay, so get the right Uniseal out again. Again, this isn't flat, so we're going to have to put it somewhere in this centre bit here. Doesn't really matter on the bottom here. Yeah, doesn't really matter. So we'll go here. That's a bit wet, but that's okay. Okay. Right, let's drill the holes. Okay, so we need to cut all our pipes now. So there's 3 large pipes that we need to cut, and then there's the small out pipe for the bottom. So the large pipe is the 75mm, and that's for the bottom. So what we're going to do, take all these off here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cut an angle for when the food comes down this pipe, and then it will come out into the bottom of the digester. So we need to cut a nice angle across here. So that's our in pipe, and that is going in this one. So that's done. The next pipe is going to be, we're going to do the out pipe, which goes here. So the out pipe has on the halfway up the barrel is where the effluent comes out. So we're going to have to put a hole halfway up the barrel in this that can then take the effluent out. The reason is because, the reason it's in the middle is because all the proteins will sink to the bottom and all the fats will come to the top. So in the middle will actually be where the most of the digested food is, and then that, when this gets pushed, when the stuff gets pushed out, the digested stuff will be the things that get pushed out from the middle rather than it being pushed out from the top or the bottom. So what we'll do is I will come around here and we will measure the height of the barrel just to double check. So the barrel is 93, so we'll come up to 40, let's just call it 46 centimetres up on here. So we'll mark. So we will measure 46 centimetres. There we go. So we want to come a bit up from each one so we can cut a nice curve to get a big hole. So it's something like that. We'll start there and we'll go in, something like that. Okay. bit of a, make that a bit big. Oops. So that one is going to be going into this small hole here. Now the central hole, which is again going to be some 25mm pipe, is we only want that to go down halfway, so about 45 centimeters. We want enough to come out the top so we can still have it. What's going to happen is this smaller pipe is going to be the stirrer, and it's going to go inside of this. So the stirrer wants to be able to go all the way down to the bottom, down there, but this is just to hold the pipe in place. So we just need to cut this 45 plus probably about 30, so we'll cut it about 75 centimeters. Measure that up again here. Okay, let's cut that up. Okay, so now we have this. We now need to mark on it the 45 centimeters how deep it's going to be. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we will put all the pipes in the top, and then after we've done all the pipes in the top, we'll then flip to doing the stuff on the bottom, because then we'll have it on its side. So let's put the big pipes and then the other pipes in. The key to this is hot soapy water. Turn this around a bit. Get this a bit soapy. There we go. So before we actually seal up the bottom and put the elbow and stuff in, we need to connect this lever or this to the arms of the stirrer. Because this barrel is completely closed, we have to do that from the bottom, so I have to somehow get the arms to sync up with this using just the hole at the bottom. First we need to make the arms with the T, so let's do that quickly. So for that we need to see how big this space is here, because that is the maximum gap we're going to have. We'll take it probably a little bit smaller, just to allow for it not being straight the whole way down, as we mentioned. So we'll go to there, because we've also got the T in the middle to account for. So we'll cut that here. Okay, and then we have to cut that in half, so we need to measure that again. It's 32, so it's 16. glue, 2 little arms, and I'll find my bits. So we have end caps for those legs and the T. So now before we turn this over, I'm going to measure up all the bits for the elbow and the valve. So have the elbow and the reducer here. Have our valve here. This is the pipe that comes out of the bottom, goes into the elbow. And we have some 50mm pipe that goes onto this, and then this will fit onto here. So we need to cut this to the right length and this to the right length. Okay, so these are our little bits that we have. Okay, get rid of that. Okay, so there we have our out pipe. So this is going to go into the digester, and obviously this is the out. So let's turn it over, try and attach to this, to the bottom of this, and then attach this in. Okay, so we have to try and get the end to come and rest here so we know where it is. I've attached this to a bit of string so we can put it in, add the cement, turn it round, and then fiddle that onto there. That is the plan. Let's see how it goes. Okay, we're in. Now with our hot soapy water, this is the Okay, it's been a few days and it's got a lot colder than it was when I was doing this a few days ago. But as you saw, I was having issues getting the bottom bit in that little Uniseal. It's because the Uniseal is a few millimeters too small. They don't do the right size. They don't do a 63 or 64 millimeter Uniseal. It's only 60 millimeter. So I've decided to go for the next Uniseal size up, which means I've had to get a reducer to fit onto the same pipe. Anyway, let me show you. Okay, so this is the problem. So we make a bigger Uniseal, bigger hole, and then we will use the converter to convert something from the big size down to the size of the pipe we were using before. Okay, so when you're there, quick thing to do, put the bung in. So this has got a rubber seal, so that's nothing needs to be done there. So next on the list is to finish the outtake. So the outtake needs to be lower than the intake. So we're going to cut it off about here, and then we're going to put an elbow on it so the out stuff will go this way. Let's do that. Okay, so there's that done. Now we have to deal with this last hole, which is going to be where the gas is going to come out. And for that, I've got this, which is an adapter. I can't remember exactly what the specification is, but I'll put it down in the description. which fits nicely into here, and then we can get another adapter for that to then be able to fit our pipe on. But rather than make a new one, I'm just going to take one off the old digester, so let me just grab that. So you can see you've got the orange adapter there, then this next threaded to just normal metric pipe adapter there, and on top just a stop with a little 8mm Uniseal. So the only thing we need to do with this is just put some gas tape around here so that it can seal up there. So okay, and there we have it. We're finished.